Welcome back to The Explainer, folks. Today, we're cutting through all the hype, the specs, and the rumors to focus on the absolute pinnacle of Dodge's new gas-powered era. We are breaking down the newly revealed 2027 Dodge Charger Super B Launch Edition. As the most powerful gas-powered model in Dodge's brand new six-pack lineup, this machine is making massive waves in the automotive world, and we're going to take a structured walk around to see exactly what makes it tick. Okay, let's dive right into this with the number that is dominating every single headline right now, 600. Yep, that is 600 horsepower packed into this brand new chassis. Dodge isn't just releasing another trim level here. They're making a huge statement about the future of combustion muscle cars. This staggering figure is literally the absolute ceiling of their new gas-powered lineup, and it fundamentally rewrites the performance expectations for the Charger on the track. So to truly understand how Dodge pulled this off, we've structured today's explainer as a quick virtual walk-around. We'll start with the engine, move on to that aggressive exterior styling, climb inside the cockpit, check out the heavy-duty track hardware, and finally, we'll wrap up with what we don't quite know yet about its release. All right, first stop on the tour, let's look under the hood at the heart of the beast. So, how on earth did Dodge engineers squeeze 600 horsepower out of this thing? Well, they started with the Hurricane twin-turbo 3.0-liter inline-six, which is the core of the whole new six-pack lineup. But then they bolted on these massive 56mm Garrett turbos. This isn't just some clever software tune. We are talking about serious, upgraded mechanical hardware engineered to force a massive amount of air into the engine to generate some truly track-ready power. Moving right along, let's step back and admire the exterior. This thing is definitely dressed to sting. Dodge claims the Super B is the most capable Charger on a racetrack. And the visual changes here? They are heavily rooted in function. The front end has been entirely revised specifically for the Super B treatment. We get newly styled headlights and, crucially, much larger openings in the front fascia. I mean, think about it. When you're running a 600 horsepower twin-turbo straight-six at its absolute limit, you need serious airflow to keep all that vital hardware cool. Oh, and to make sure everyone knows exactly what you're driving, Dodge slapped these incredible, unique turbo-inspired B logo graphics right on the hood and body sides. And this brilliantly illustrates how Dodge is handling customization across the two very different body styles for the Launch Edition. You've got the aggressive two-door coupe rocking the vibrant Sucker Punch primary paint color, which is beautifully contrasted by a gloss black rear section. Then flip the script, and you have the four-door sedan configuration wearing this sleek diamond black primary color with inverted Sucker Punch accents. It completely maintains that distinct Super B identity, whether you want a classic coupe or a track-ready family hauler. All right, let's climb inside and check out the cockpit. Now, the overall layout is going to feel pretty familiar to anyone who's kept up with the new generation of Chargers, but Dodge made sure to include some highly specific reminders of what you just bought. Right there on the dashboard sits a prominent, unmistakable Super B badge. It's a total focal point, immediately setting the record straight for any passenger who might be wondering if they're sitting in an EV or the ultimate gas-powered six-pack. And the tactile details in here really paint an aggressive picture. Check out the silver and sour lemon contrast stitching tracing all over the interior surfaces. Picture grabbing that squared-off steering wheel, complete with a racing-inspired Sucker Punch hash mark right at the 12 o'clock position. Behind it, you've got prominent paddle shifters that are way easier to snap under heavy cornering. And keeping you firmly planted are these unique cloth bucket seats with super aggressive track bolsters, striped inserts, and those awesome B-themed logos right on the headrests. But you know what? The absolute most exciting feature inside this cockpit isn't a design element at all. It's a button. Dodge included a dedicated button specifically to activate a rear-wheel drive mode. It's explicitly designed for what the source material so perfectly describes as full-blown shenanigans. It's such a great reminder that despite all this high-end engineering and serious track focus, Dodge hasn't forgotten its tire-smoking roots. Seriously, though, you might want to start a dedicated savings account for rear tires right now, because you're gonna need it. Let's move down to the pavement and see how this thing builds on that heavy-duty track hardware. Every single Super B, regardless of the body style or color configuration you end up picking, comes standard with wide 20-inch wheels. This isn't some optional top-tier extra. It's a baseline requirement to make sure the car actually has the footprint needed to put 600 horsepower down onto the pavement without just instantly vaporizing the rubber. And tucked directly behind those 20-inch wheels are absolute masterclasses in deceleration. 16-inch rotors. Just let the sheer diameter of that brake rotor sink in for a second. When you're throwing a heavy 600 horsepower American muscle car around a tight, twisty racetrack, fade-resistant stopping power is literally your lifeline, and 16 inches of surface area gives you exactly that. Clamping down hard on those massive 16-inch Brembo rotors are 6-piston front calipers, painted in this wild, hyper-lime color that absolutely pops behind the wheel spokes. And wrapping up the whole package, sticky summer rubber. Specifically, the highly regarded Goodyear Eagle F1 Supercar 3 tires. Honestly, the combination of massive 16-inch rotors, hyperlime calipers, and sticky summer rubber proves this car is ready to hit the apex the literal second it rolls off the showroom floor. So, to wrap up our tour, let's talk about the final unknowns. The details Dodge is keeping close to the chest. As of right now, there are a few crucial details still totally under wraps. We're currently in Step 1 of the rollout, which is just the official visual debut of the launch edition. Step 2 won't happen until later this year. That's when Dodge is finally going to reveal the exact pricing and the specific on-sale dates for both the 2-door and 4-door variants. Which leaves us with this final, burning question to think about. What kind of price tag is Dodge going to put on the ultimate gas-powered track machine? I mean, with bespoke engine calibrations, huge 56mm turbos, massive 16-inch Brembos, and that highly customized driver-focused interior, it absolutely will not come cheap. But for the chance to own the absolute pinnacle of Dodge's new straight-six combustion era, how much is too much? That's all for today's Explainer, guys. Keep an eye out for that pricing announcement later this year, and we'll see you next time as we continue to break down the most fascinating developments out there.